Hello, everyone. Okay, away from keep to be here. Share the links. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, welcome. Okay, please let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let it open so that I can know when we are good to go. Or we have a lot to do tonight. If you can hear me clearly, just do let me know. can proceed. We have about 6, so we can proceed. Thank you. Okay, so you're still trying to set up, ensuring that everything is up and running so we don't have any hitches once we kick off. If you're joining in, just do well to feel free to share the link with as many as you think this should be of help. Okay. Go to label. So you see if everybody is saying something. Okay, yes. Quickly. We are good. We are good. Issues to respond as. So very quickly. Welcome to this training. Welcome to this training. We want to look at something that is of utmost importance in this new year. As serious as I think you are, then you are going to make it work for you heavily. That's the assurance I know that you have to do, but so it's only proper that we learn how to maximize what we already know and how to make the best out of it. So I would try my best to be as extensive as I can. I will also try to be very practical. There I'll be you how to do it so you can do it yourself. We're looking at 6 different modules in this training. We're looking at understanding the creative marketplace. Understanding the creative marketplace. What's in the market for us as creatives, right? Then how to also and negotiate, do better, and how to build consistent incomes, to learn how to market yourself effectively in 2025. If you can't hear. So, consciousness that no matter how much what you are trying to charge, need to understand that you are what? Yes. So let's move on. The fact creates basically, right? Anybody creative in every thriving business or creative. So it's not just about being a creative, but now it's being creative. That's what I want us to look at. Then quickly, this first module about understanding the creative marketplace is divided into two aspects. The very first is that business is evolving, and if you are stuck in the ancient operates as businesses, so to succeed in 2025, you need to understand how technology and how everything, you need to be able to understand and opportunities. Whenever something happens, it creates opportunities for us as business owners and as creatives. So let's just look at a few ways that we can spot opportunities when it comes to how to maximize technology. It opens up a whole lot of business. Now everybody's talking amazing, right? Written content creation. You get to see things like Midjourney creating amazing images by AI. You get to see different other platforms that could create videos in split seconds. Now, these trends, anybody now can just get into content creation because you don't need to be so much of a guru. You don't need to know how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. You don't need to learn how to, and AI will generate everything for you. So understanding how technology or the trends that are coming up in technology can help you spot is moving towards a direction you notice activity. Sometimes if you notice when some products are becoming more expensive, it's an opportunity to get into business. You can provide that solution because of your price, right? So when people and Hypo, Jik was just in bottles, maybe not so expensive, but expensive at the time. But when Hypo came out for 20 naira. Seeing Jik is still in the market. Hypo has wiped Jik off the market. That's an example of price sensitivity. So consumer behavior gets to know how people are receiving information, how people are behaving. If you look at things, like if you notice that people are becoming so mental health, do you know that you can start up in for you? Why? Because that's where people are going. Consumer preferences and consumer behavior. So that's an example. Regulatory environments, you should look at for what's help you know where and how to get into business. You also consider economic conditions, if there's inflation and everything. If you know social and economic trends and cultural trends, rather social and cultural trends, as also some things that you can consider. Then compete. If there is so much competition, if it is super saturated, if people are too much, they stand out. If you want to get into it, get to know how the market flows. Talking about how the product gets from a business that came out of this solving the problem of supply chain is products like Go. You just get directly from landlord to tenant. You don't need to do separate things. Now that's how it is. Just cutting that supply chain. Same thing with Airbnb for hotels and living apartments. So stuff like that can actually spot these opportunities. People are aging, and the death rate, that means you or people within a particular demographic. So you need to consider all these things. Then branding and perceived value. How you position yourself as a brand also determines if you can actually take a bite out of the market. So quickly, I would just like to, the first few modules are towards how to milk our skills. Then the second part, the last three modules are basically how to help us. We already know about AI, how AI is shaping everywhere. ChatGPT, Midjourney, and other things have really created an opportunity where you can learn to integrate these tools and improve your productivity. So you can use AI for brainstorming ideas. You can use AI to do repetitive tasks. If you have not started using AI, let me be frank with you, whatever you are doing, I would not say I don't, whether you are doing social media management, whatever you want to do. Yes. Okay, now let's look at something with a design about how a house would look like when it is finished, right? So automated, all those things. You just give it entails a house or something that you have not even finished building. Stuff like that. That's actually getting into immersive technologies, AR and VR. That's augmented reality, and you take the physical world into the virtual. You could wear VR glasses, Oculus and the rest, and you get to see the first virtual concert. Like you could watch him as if his avatar online. The show trended and everything. I think the videos are still on YouTube, so you could just check them out, right? In China and Japan and the rest, even in America, you will hit you. Like Facebook works for you as a business. Right? If you're selling a car, I can assure you that you can use AI or technology to see how to use ChatGPT to create a blueprint, step process, tell you what to do today, tell you what to do tomorrow, tell you when to do it, how to do it, and how not to do it. So these are some of the things that you can consider, and it would really, really help each specific user. This is one of the things that technology has done for us massively. This is one of the things that technology has done for us massively is to YouTube or on Instagram. If you notice that the first content, the next content that shows up, it tailors it to your taste. So you can actually, those are some of the things that are trending, where businesses and consumers can prioritize things like eco-friendliness, socially responsible practices. Just these are other things. Then multi-platform content strategy, where you get to create a content that can serve different platforms. If you notice, we no longer have landscape videos on the normal. YouTube now has YouTube Shorts, like Instagram Reels, TikToks, and Facebook Reels. So if you notice, it's now the portrait, like mobile view. You have to adapt your content for stay productive in data literacy. Just learn how to use digital technology. Learn how to maximize your phone. Even if you don't have a laptop, learn how to maximize your phone. There are tools that can help you. Data into your content so that you can put out the best content. It's as simple as that. I will see. Let me see. Let's look. I will try to do one by some data. If you go to know how your content is performing, so you can know which type of content you need to put out. Then also AI and automation skills. These are high demand skills. Communication and story to be able to keep people glued. And multidisciplinary knowledge. Say you are a graphic designer. Oh, okay. Sorry, I learned that the network is breaking. Okay. Sorry, just give me a minute. To many resources, share it with the group, so we would go through this even at our leisure. Yeah, where you get to do. I will just cite an example. I was contacted by a client about towards the end of the year, about 28 thereabout, and he needed a graphic design. Having listened to him, analyzed his problem, I got to find out that he needs more than a graphic designer, right? Because he needed more than graphic design. But imagine that you are just in one aspect. You need to learn how designs. Let's say you're a UI UX designer and you design graphics. You should learn beyond that. You should get into web design. You'll be working with clients and you notice they always ask you, do you do this? Do you do that? And you are looking for a way to refer that to other people. No. Learn those skills so that you can. Leadership and project management is something you need to look into, because the truth is, as you grow as a creative, as a business owner, you should grow and think of how to systemize your business. Even if you're still doing what you do and you're looking for employment opportunities, if you are more of a leader and you have project management skills, whether PMP or Scrum Master, you will get better opportunities. And everything you may need, industry events, to start conversations. Some people would learn that they have people that can really, really help them in out who are here. And if you want to network professionally, you should look out for rest. This will really, really help you, right? So I will just leave that there. But I want to ask you, which trend resonates most with your current skill sets or interest? This is one of the things I would ask you. You can put it in the chat box. You can put skills or interest, and what's that one high demand skill you need to develop further. If you need to make more money, because the truth is it starts from what you already have. It starts from what you already have. Then one exercise I want us to do, two particularly, you can research a trend or a high demand scale that interests you, then create an action plan. Okay, I'm going ahead of myself, but I would treat this. I've not talked about the UVP, so I would do this one immediately. Why talent alone is not enough. This is the second part of our first module. Why your talent is not enough. The truth is, a lot of us are skilled, but we still struggle. We neglect the aspect of business. We neglect the aspect of relationship. We neglect the aspect of strategy, because these are the things that bring in success. Your art is good, but you also need to understand business, how business operates. There are a lot of things that come with business: how to manage finances, how to build a relationship, how to think strategically, how to market. Right? You can have a skill, but if you're not marketing it, you won't be paid. That's the truth. So, think about this as a business. See, one of the things I do to my clients, even if I'm the only one working on that business, I will never tell them that I will do this. I will say, but whenever you say we, they always assume that there are more people to this and you'll be paid more. That's the truth. It's a hack that most of us have not understood. If you say I, you will be. If you say we, you will. Yeah. Okay. In the group. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so let's proceed. Change that mind to change that, and we'll ask ourselves what it means to be a creative entrepreneur, right? Then we'll just look at some actionable steps so that we can shift that. The very first thing we need to look at when we are talking about, that's the truth, when you are looking at yourself just as a creative, it limits you, because your talent alone does not guarantee you clients. You may be the very best hairdresser, right? Or you would have few patrons. So the problem with this is it limits yourself, and you'll be accepting low clients. I've been on this spectrum for a while, till like I was on this spectrum, right, where I was just bent on getting so good at what I do, but I wasn't really right. I was focused on learning. I was learning everything I could come across, right? And I was so valuable inside, but I was not being paid. If you have just the talent first 1,000 for, you will be collecting 100,000. Why? Because you don't know better. Then another problem is that it fails to address the business side. I just talked about it. It fails to access the business side. Things like marketing, pricing, client relationships. You're not getting good at what you do. Yet comes, or payment does not just come because you are good at what you do. There are other things that are involved. Then the business, not just a hobby. So do that. Understand that you're not just doing this thing for fun. You need money. That's why you are doing it as a business person. Understand that. Take it to heart. Be serious about it. Second, strategy. Don't know what your audience needs. Then position yourself. Ask yourself, the person that would pay me for this thing, what does the person need? So you have to learn that you need to provide that to do you anything. I can tell you, people 5,000. or 10,000 for each design. It will shock you that somebody else is willing to pay you 50,000 naira for one graphic, one flyer, logo. Just redesign the original square shape for redesign. Like when I heard this story, I was marveled. For redesign, it's funny, but that's how much you can be paid for solving a problem. What Holly did, like all his 300 hours, ability. If you're not making money from it, then forget it. It's not business. If you're not making money from it, or if you're not making good money from it, then you're not in business. You need to learn consist. Businesses die because business owners stop to learn. When you know something, it's good, but that is not the end. Learn more. Let me use myself as an instance. Let me show us this as a practical. I hope the check out let me see my LinkedIn page. I'll show you how I get to learn. Anything that catches my fancy, I'll learn, and basically everything that comes with an MBA, financial planning, accounting, and other stuff. I also know skill up when I want to learn some. LinkedIn, and so jobs. Look out for, say, digital marketing. Let's say we find digital marketing. Having requirements. Yes, requirements. Of these things do you have? Deal that paid me a huge sale, over 500,000, plus a free trip to Lagos, to and fro. Learn the skill that took me there. You just okay, this is just this, and learn that if you get to Google and so Google Analytics, this is the site itself, but yeah, grow with Google. From here you can learn Google Analytics for free, right? This is official. That's when I skills. Now just bring in it is. Don't just start learning about those things, and it would the job that you want to have. If you do that, not just with and it would really help you. So because that's really impact your income. Yeah. So actionable steps from a business mind, from a business perspective. Second, invest in your professional development. I've showed you how to do that on LinkedIn. Right, then set clear goals. Let your goals be clear. If you see your goal, you should success. Track and measure success. Then some other skills that we should just. I just wrote down 3 exercises. Try to sell your business to somebody in 30 seconds. Do that and write effectively. Just call somebody. Research your market rates. Like what's the market? If you have a tech, get to know what people are charging for design. And let's say you feel like $10 is too big. That's how it is. Then develop a strategy for handling objections. I will get to talk about negotiation as we proceed, but that's one of the things we need to. Okay. So moving on. Feel like your mindset or your skills are limiting your growth. So one of these areas, just adjust that. Right. Just give me a minute.